All right. Well, I am not sure that this is live yet because I'm a few minutes early. So I'm going to give everybody just a couple of seconds to get in. And I'm going to try to remember to look at that red dot up there as opposed to the screen. This is my first live. So a little nervous. I don't know who's watching or if anyone is watching because I am in the StreamYard screen and not on YouTube. So if you're watching, awesome. If not, that's okay too. Anyway, if you are new here, welcome to the houseoffi. I am Wendy and I am one half of the houseoffi podcast, and we're glad you are here. If you followed our story a little bit, you know that a little over, well, not even a year ago now, about a year ago, we sold our house, and it was one of the best financial decisions that we have ever made. And so we are now renters. But one of the things that was really difficult about selling our house was that we loved our home. And we're huge DIYers. And by renting, we lost some of that ability to do the things that we love to do, which is rehab. But this makes the most financial sense for us right now. It's added $1,100 back into our budget that we were putting towards a more expensive mortgage. We have incredible landlords, so shout out to them. They know who they are. They've been incredibly gracious with allowing us to make some changes to our house, which I'm going to talk, well, their house, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more next week when we do a home tour of our house and the things that we've done here. Some are permanent to their home and they've allowed that, and others are things that we can do and take with us. But what we're going to talk about today, and we're just going to do a really quick DIY today, and it's going to be a little bit different because I've already done them, so I'm not going to give you the full how-to, but I'm going to explain what we did and how you can do that too in your home. And it's really just one of the easiest ways for you to add some life to your home and make it your own when you are a renter. So I did this video in my front room, which is not normally where I record, because I wanted to show you this wall behind me. And I think that hanging items on the wall and doing collages is another way to bring your style and your taste into your home. If you cannot tell, our theme is the beach, and that is because I love the beach. We're here in San Diego. We love being near the water, and so we have a beachy theme going on. But this is true if you want to do the farmhouse theme, even with modern themes and more country type themes. So what I'm talking about today, though, is doing picture frames with chalk paint. If you look at the wall behind me, you'll see that over my shoulder on that side, there's a white mirrored frame. And then over on this shoulder, you'll see a blue frame with some chicken wire and some pictures hanging on them. And so these are some of my favorite inexpensive DIY things that we've done that really don't require much at all. It requires a little bit of chalk paint, some sandpaper or a sanding sponge, a paintbrush, maybe some cheesecloths. If you don't have cheesecloth, you don't need it. But the first step would be to pick whatever frame you had. The frame that you see over here, that's a frame that I'd had for years and years and years. And it was that old kind of black frame with the gold around it, which just really didn't go with what we were doing in our house. And it was sitting away in a closet somewhere. And so all we did with that is I washed it down really good. I taped off the edges of the mirror. And then I put a layer of white chalk paint on it, let that dry, and then maybe put another coat on it to make sure I got on all the nooks and crannies. Once it's completely dry, I did a little bit of sanding around the edges to bring out some of the distress color underneath it to show a little bit of the black underneath it. And from there, I wiped all of the edges off with the cheesecloth to get any extra dust that was there from the sandpaper. And then once you've done that, you can do one of two things. You can leave it, and that will give it kind of that dull chalk paint look that's just more rough. But if you wanted to have just a tiny little bit of sheen, you can use a sealer, a wax sealer. And I have actually some of that. So this is some that we picked up at Home Depot. It's Valspar, and it will seal it to protect it, but it'll also give it a little bit of a sheen, not really a gloss, but just a tiny bit of sheen, and it seals it so things don't get damaged. I did that on a table. You can't really see it, but it's behind me, that table right there. That's also one of my chalk paint creations. The other one that we're talking about up on this wall up here is the little blue frame. And that was a thrift store pickup. And I can't even remember how much I bought that for, maybe $5. But one way to do something really, really fun is I took the board that was already in it that had some art on it that was just not our taste. And I flipped it over and I got some adhesive cork board and put that on it and fit it in place. Now you could leave it just like that if you're looking to create a cork board. What I did was to give it some more texture and depth was I put some chicken wire up over the top of that. And again, you can leave it just like that. And I bought some little mini clothespins to pin in pictures. But I thought would be cute is I took the twine and I draped the twine across the top and hang the pictures from there. But I think you could do it a number of different ways with the twine. You could do a zigzag, or you could do it pretty tight and then maybe do rows. Any of those are a great idea, and it's just a really, really fun way to bring life to your rental space. The other thing that I've done with chalk paint, which you cannot see in this picture, is I have done a couple different shelves in the house that we've done in white chalk paint as well. I really love the white with the blue-gray that we have all through the house, which I'm going to talk about that more next week. So next week, come back and join us. We're going to do a tour of our home, our rental. So to show you just different things that you can do when you're a renter to make your place feel like home. If you are curious about any of the products that I've talked about, the chalk paint, cheesecloth, the sealant, I'm going to link to our store, excuse me, down below, so you can check that out if you like. And I think that is it. Oh, no. The one thing that I did forget to mention is as a renter, you don't want to put holes in your landlord's walls. I mean, we have done that in the past and patched it up, but this just makes it so you don't even have to worry about that. And they're magic. I love them. They're the 3M sticky strips that have like Velcro on them so that you could put one side on the picture and the other side on the wall. And when you're ready to move or take them down, you take them off and they don't do any damage to the wall. We have them all over the house because we don't want to have to worry about nail holes in the wall. And those are in the link below in our store as well. All right, guys. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you come back next week, but also link or subscribe to our channel. We would love the support. And if you ring that bell, you'll get notifications of when we're back. We help moms and dads do better with their budgets, save money, spend less, and just create a financially independent future for their family. Thank you for joining me, guys. We'll see you back next week. Bye. Oh my God.